Flint, Michigan, Jock Helvian Jackson said in the office at Northwestern High School on Wednesday. The graduate was picking up his diploma Wednesday, June 13, on what was the last day for the school as a traditional high school. Budget cuts and declining enrollment have forced the district to move next year's traditional students at the school to Southwestern High School, the city's lone remaining high school, and other buildings throughout the district. Flint Northwestern High to close. Scott Elementary reopening as middle school. The building will remain open as the Accelerated Learning Academy, the district's alternative education program. "I wish it could stay open a little longer," Jackson said. "It ain't a good feeling knowing it's closing because this is where it all started." Jackson will attend Madonna University where he will compete on the track team. He said he won't be able to share his high school nostalgia with his younger sister or one day walk the halls with his kids and point his name out on the Athlete of the Year plaque. "I wish I could see my sister graduate from Northwestern like I did," he said. "It would be a good thing if my kids would be able to come up and see their father up in the trophy case." When the remaining Flint Northwestern High School students walked out of the building after the final bell on June 13, they closed the books on 54 years of history. "Coming back to see the teachers for the last time, that's kind of emotional, saying all of my goodbyes, seeing all my fellow classmates," Jackson said. "Class of 2018, that was the best class. I can't wait till we have a reunion." The district's Accelerated Learning Academy and Central Kitchen will remain and take about 50% of the space in the Carpenter Road building. There will be about 300 students at Northwestern next year, district officials said. Flint Northwestern High School produced Olympic gold medalist Clarissa Shields along with athletes Andre Rison, Glenn Rice and Kelvin Tolbert among other notable alumni. Board of Education President Diana Wright said she got emotional during Northwestern's graduation ceremony earlier this month. "It was just a very nostalgic moment," she said, adding that she graduated from the school in 1972 along with about 600 others. "I grew up in that neighborhood as well. When the schools close, the neighborhood changes. That's why it's important that the building is still used in some fashion." Principal Kelly Fields hugged students Wednesday and told them to be safe over the summer. She said she's worked at every high school in Flint. "There's nothing more gratifying than teaching in the Northwestern community," Fields said. "They wear Flint on their backs. They're not pebbles, they're Flintstones. There's a certain responsibility that goes with that." The high school's closure is part of the district's recent deficit elimination plan and long-term financial plan. Interim Superintendent Gregory Weatherspoon said a long-term plan for the building has not been determined. "It's the best use of our resources," he said about closing the high school. "It will not be a cost saving. We want to make sure it's cost neutral, is our goal." Southwestern will have around 1,100 students next year in grades 7 through 12, officials said. The building can hold about 1,500 students. The closure comes as the Flint School District ended the year with 4,583 students. At its peak enrollment in 1968, the school district had 47,687 students. The district fell to the fourth largest in Genesee County, behind Grand Blanc, Davison and Carman Ainsworth, during the fall 2017 student count. Flint schools found it was losing students in the middle school years, so the district decided to make changes to buildings at that level. Potter School will go from a kindergarten through 8th grade school to a K-7 building. Scott School will reopen as a 7th and 8th grade building with its boundaries set to include current Durant to Orimont 6th and 7th graders, Potter's current 7th grade students, as well as Freeman and Pierce's current 6th grade students. In 2015, Scott was one of 3 elementary school buildings closed in 2015. It is reopening with $755,000 in state grant funding being used for construction work at the south of Ariel Avenue site. Potter will now be a K-7 building, Holmes will be a K-8 building and Southwestern also will have 7th and 8th graders. "We are hopeful that that will stop that loss at the middle school level," said Assistant Superintendent Shelley Humphrey. "We hoping that we can maintain at the middle school level. There will be about 300 students at Scott," she said, adding that Flint schools will now offer elementary, traditional and high school-style middle school options. "A parent ought to find a really good fit regardless of what their needs are," said Humphrey. "Many districts just have the one-size-fits-all for middle school. Multiple school buildings have closed and reopened in the Flint School District in the past few decades, including Cummings Elementary shuttered twice, in 2008 and 2015. The elementary school reopened in November 2016 to house the Great Expectations Early Childhood Program, with a large portion of the funds coming via the Charles Stewart Mott Foundation and Pritzker Children's Initiative. Closing a school in the 2017-18 school year is part of cost-cutting measures to eliminate a multi-million-dollar budget hole. Michigan Department of Education officials released a report in December 2016 showing Flint schools had been able to pull itself up and out of a nearly $22 million deficit. The district decided in 2017 to merge athletic programs at Flint Northwestern High School and Flint Southwestern Classical Academy. District officials also have previously said it plans to construct a new middle school and high school building on the grounds of the former Flint Central High on Crapo Street with an estimated $75 million price tag. Leaders on Monday, June 13, would not comment about the status of building a new high school. Flint Central closed in 2009, while Northern was shuttered in 2013. Otto Williams will attend Southwestern for his senior year after being at Northwestern since 7th grade. On Wednesday, he helped his teachers clean out their classrooms. "I think it's going to be crowded," he said. "I wanted to graduate here, but it is what it is." Northwestern's closure means junior Jamisha Gaddison will transfer to Grand Blanc for her 12th grade year. "Southwestern for me is just too crowded," she said. "I feel like they're doing the wrong thing. I wish they would have kept the school open for our last year."